Hey there, friends. It's Diane, the Creative Inkster, and today is Tuesday, September 21st, 2021, and I'm going to show you a new technique for Technique Tuesday. Here's where you can use your intricate dies to create an embossing folder. So we got just the embossed look here. It did not cut through. This one was done with the Forever Grapevine stamp set and die bundle. I used this rather intricate die on both sides. So let me show you how I did this using a different die. From our July to December mini catalog, we have this Christmas to Remember bundle, and these are the dies that I was looking at. This is the one I'm going to use with the pine leaves. So you need your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or a machine just like it. On this, normally you would use to cut, you'll use your platform number 1, your platform number 2, which is the shim, a piece of or acrylic plate, your cardstock, your die with the cutting side down, and another acrylic plate on top. You just run this through. If you don't have the actual Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you might have to look at the Big Shot or another machine and how you have the sandwich for that and play with it a little bit. But once you've cut it through, this is the result, is this beautiful die cut, which I would then just, pop the extra pieces out and put it on my project. I'm going to set that aside and show you because we're going to actually do embossing with this. So the very first thing to do is to check your die and make sure there's no paper stuck in here, because that's going to affect the image. Okay, a couple more down here. Looks clean now. I'm going to do this one on this gold foil metallic cardstock. Okay, so I'm going to use platform 1, just like usual, but I'm not going to need platform 2. Don't use platform 2. We'll set that aside. But what we are going to use is a very handy tool in the craft room, and that's the silicone craft sheet. So before we get to that, though, we'll stick acrylic plate down. So that's tab 1, acrylic plate, silicone craft sheet, cardstock, or in this case, the metallic cardstock, your die face down, and another acrylic plate on top for the pressure. It's ready to go through. It's not going to feel like much is going through. It doesn't even feel like it might be leaving any kind of impression. So if you find you need to add a little shim in there, you might need to a piece of cardstock or something. But here's the end result of what I did by putting it through, which is quite gorgeous. Now we're going to finish up the card with some other pieces I have here. And I pulled in something I haven't used in a long time from our annual catalog. It's the Perfectly Plaid stamp set. So I've used this stamp and the punch to create some elements for this card. And I stamped and heat embossed the greeting, "May this special season be wrapped in love and joy." Let me show you how this goes together. I have my base Evening Evergreen cardstock, because I got to say that goes so well with the gold. Oops, don't need that. And this piece of gold that I'm sticking around, I could put a border piece behind if I wanted. I'm just going to take my ribbon and wrap this around and create a knot. I think if this, well, I got enough for a bow. Let's do a bow. We'll add a bow on here. So that is just adding some extra texture to it. And then this is going to glue down with some dimensionals. So let's grab our scissors, because if you're like me, you've got dimensionals with pieces left on the edges. I want to use these guys up. On here, this I think is going to be my swap card. I'm doing some swap cards for my team, and this might be a nice one to do. I think they'd like to see this technique in action. Okay, so we'll add that on there. And I'm actually following a layout from the catalog, the annual catalog where the stamp set shows. Up in the top here, there's a layout with this punch set, and I'm kind of using that as my basis. So you don't have to recreate every time you do a new card. You don't have to go looking for samples and layouts. Just go through your catalog. You'll definitely find one with the stamp set or tool that you're using, and you may also find one that works across different projects. All right, so we're going to add the trees and then the greeting. Here we go. Add some trees. These were just stamped in Evening Evergreen with onto some basic white and punched out with the matching punch. And then I think I'm just going to lay this right on top. And I think it makes a really pretty card. There we go. Beautiful gold card. So I hope you try this out with some of your intricate dies and let me know how it works for you. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.